Welcome back, Troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. So today's video, it's not going to be for everybody, but it is important to talk about anyways. I've been putting this off for too long because I've been doing my own research. There are so many fake 2550 belt buckles out here. And you might say, who cares about these old belt buckles anyways? But collectors care a lot. You can check out my old video where I told you an original one of these is worth up to $1,000. That's what I've been able to sell it for. And ever since then, the market has kind of been flooded with these things. And that's kind of hurt the price of the originals. So let's play a game here to find out how to tell if your 2550th anniversary belt buckle is the real deal. So at first glance here, we can see this one is a completely different color. It is silver. This has to be a fake, right? I don't know. Let's take a look at it here. All right, you got your answers in the comment section. Now we'll take a look at this one. It's nice and a golden brass color. It's looking pretty good to me. Now we'll take a look at this one. It's got a little bit of wear to it, but you know, if somebody was trying to pass off a fake, I would relic it too. And lastly, this one. We get a little bit of verdigris in here, which I would assume would be original unless it's like some sort of a fake aging job. So 2 of these are fake and 2 of them are real. These are the fake ones. And there have been so many of these passed off because these used to be called as rare as hen's teeth. Before we get into the differences, the backstory of these is they were only given to like the very earliest people that got the 2550th anniversary Les Paul. And if you didn't send that little card in quick enough, you wouldn't actually get one of these. They would send you like a second place buckle, which would vary depending on the ones they had in stock. So that's why original 2550s with the belt buckles do sell for more. But let's go into some of these differences here. So this one, it's obvious enough. It's silver. If you want to know the story of how I got these, back when I was living in my old house, you know, still with my mom and everything, I had received a message or I saw somebody selling these things. And his story was his grandfather was part of the Kalamazoo guys. He happened just to have this in his stash. Now, whether that's true or not, or just a story that he made up, I don't know. But if you ever see a 2550 belt buckle come in a little plastic coated thing here and being sold as original, no. The originals actually came in a little box. I'll show you a photo up here. So any type of plastic covering like this, it's automatically fake. It doesn't matter what color it is. But about 5 or 6 years ago, you could find these things on eBay. Now, this was before I had bought this, or else I wouldn't have bought these. I really did think they were just unfinished originals. But that was right in the beginning of me falling in love with these types of guitars and stuff. But where things get interesting are the ones that were a little bit more completed. So I'm going to show you the very in-depth details. All the fakes have a little bit of a ding right here. You see that right there? That was just like duplicated onto every single replica that was ever made. Whoever made these things. I never saw these ones get listed on eBay, so that might have just been before my time. So it is not my video that said, oh, these are worth $1,000 that made all these fakes appear. They've been in the market for quite some time, and I think that's why I need to protect some people here. So there you go, ding and ding. Whereas on the original, it is a little bit roughed up right there in that area, and I think that's why they did that ding, but it's never just a big impression. And it also does slightly vary example to example on real ones. Like this one's actually really nice and pristine. There's nothing going on this. The next difference actually comes down to the font that was used, and we can talk about this in a few different locations. The real one's on the bottom, the fake one is on the top. Look at the LP that surrounds the border of this. You see how this is much more bold in print? These are a little bit skinnier. But perhaps the easiest thing to check if you're ever on the fly, take a look at the numbers. You see how these are like flattened out on the top and they appear to be more bold? The originals are actually quite skinny. They are not flattened out. One of my favorite areas to check for this at is actually on the 5 of the 25. Because it's especially easy to tell when that thing has been flattened out. Another thing we can check is the weight. Now, they all kind of vary within themselves. So here are my original ones. We get 138 grams. This one's about 144 grams. So there's not a 100% correct answer here, but the originals typically are heavier. So here's the really convincing fake. That's only 118 grams. And the not so convincing fake, 86. But anywhere between, I would say, like 135 to 145 grams seems to be about right. However, I only have 2 originals right now, so that's a very small pool. We can't make harsh generalizations off of that. But this right here is the easiest way to tell a real from a fake as of right now. Now, I'm sure once I make this video, people are going to start swapping out their loops, so definitely make sure you check all the other characteristics. And that's also why I purposefully left this as one of the last authenticating tips. See this? Flat. Fake. Not real. This, we get the butterfly loop, 100% real. All the Gibson belt buckles at that point in time had this. So that is a little attention to detail that the replicators got wrong. So just looking at the back, you should be able to tell me which one is real and which one is fake. And it's not just based on color here. This is the fake one, remember, flat. But something else to take a look at is this right here. You see this floral design? On the originals, it's not quite as pronounced. Like, this one actually seems to be larger, kind of like the big bold print that you see on the front that we were talking about. These flowers and leaves are definitely a little bit smaller there, and more pronounced and sticking up, not flattened. Once again, the fake one. Here's a look at the other real one. Now, as far as the guitars of quality, prestige, and innovation, Norland music, that all honestly looks pretty good. The last thing that I can talk to you about is where it actually attaches to your belt. So you see how this one also has like the leaf design pattern on it? It's a little bit textured. It's kind of hard to see. It's a little bit bumpy right there. The fakes don't have that. At least the ones that I have. You see how this one's a little bit more rounded off and smooth? And that's the exact same way that these silver ones are. So there's a lot of small attention to detail things. Now, if you have accidentally purchased a fake, I mean, is it completely worthless? I don't think so. I think there's still a market for the replicas, because it's not like a fake guitar. The only thing that this hurt by people faking these things is the market for the originals, because people didn't know they were selling fakes. I mean, I've got, what is it, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of them. And I didn't even realize it until about a year or so ago. So I hope this video helps you in the future, maybe, if you're looking at a 2550. I mean, the replicas, they're pretty good. I mean, they're good enough for most people. I just use them as decorations. I'm a little embarrassed to say, I think I paid $200 for each of these silver ones, and yeah, I'm gonna lose my butt selling those. And I think I paid $500 for the fake gold ones, because that's what I used to do. I'd pay $500 for them, and then it would take about a year to sell them for $1,000, but they would eventually sell to the right collector. But as my absolute favorite piece of case candy in Gibson history, I wanted to make this video to, you know, ensure that the originals are actually as valuable as they should be, because they're worth it. They're so worth it. They shouldn't be devalued because people are selling fakes. So now the big question. How many fakes have been sold as real? Currently, there's only one listed for sale, and this is what sparked this whole video, because I contacted him. I said, man, that's not a real deal one. But he was appreciative of the advice. He was quoting my video for $1,000. That's why I decided to contact him. And he updated his listing. He's now selling it correctly. Let's see how many others have been sold. So this first one, definitely fake. It's got the flat 5. And once again, the flat one there. But somebody paid $1,000 for it. Oh man, $570. Is it real? No, it's not real. Because the whole thing with these things is they're so rare, anybody who has one never separates it from the guitar. So one showing up for sale separately should throw off some red flags. I mean, the only reason why I have the 2 that I have is because I kept them back from other guitars, because whoever bought them didn't want to pay the premium of having that on there. They just wanted the guitar. Whereas me as the collector, I love the belt buckles, so I was happy to keep them back. Well, this one for $500, that's fake. So this is the problem here. There have been more sales of fakes that nobody realizes that they're even fakes. That's why I had to make this video, so people would know. Because here's one with a guitar that was sold with it. It's been added after the fact. However, whoever bought this guitar, you got good enough of a deal on it, I would say, that it doesn't really matter. Going on to the Google image search, that one, definitely fake. This one on Reverb, we can tell it's real just by looking at the 5. We don't even have to click on it, but we can. And that's when you realize that's just how valuable these things are. Even Reverb has a separate price guide entry for a belt buckle.
But you can see they've sold for various price points, and that's because most of these were fake. Even that $1,000 one that we were talking about. But at least they have a photo of a real one right there. Here's a guy on a forum, all happy he found a 2550 belt buckle for his guitar, and he doesn't want to wear it. Unfortunately, it's fake. Oh, and somebody also made keychains on these things as well. But you can tell this belt buckle is fake. And now this eBay listing is kind of interesting. So you can see here, it did end up selling for 750 smackaroonies. And unfortunately, it's fake. And you can tell, way flat, not nice crisp casting lines, flat loop on the back. But to win over somebody's trust, he uploaded these photos. This is the original card that you had to send in here, but all he's done is it appears he took these photos off of this particular website for that. Because you would never have the card and the thing unless it was pieced together after the fact. And if you want to know why it's taken me so long to make this video, I've been, watching these for years to make sure that if I make a video about it, I am at least 99% confident. At this point, I need the help from the viewers because this guy says he was lucky enough to receive more than one of these collectible belt buckles when he purchased his 2550. Now, he is not saying he bought that brand new. But if that was brand new and it does have the flat back, maybe we need to circle back here. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm 99% confident I'm not, though, because the existence of so many silver ones and so many discrepancies between the ones that are normally with the guitars and ones that get sold loose, I 99% believe that everything that I've said in this video is true. But if you happen to be the original owner of a 2550 belt buckle, you've got the brown box, the guitar has never changed hands, and you have a flat belt buckle on the back, let me know. But I doubt we will ever find that. Because Gibson made more than just these belt buckles, right? So there's this version, which does have that more pewter color to it. That's why I initially thought, okay, hey, maybe that is true. These are unfinished. But no. But that has the butterfly loop. The Gibson RD, this one is much less expensive, but once again, the butterfly loop. If it was made in the late 70s, it would have the butterfly loop, so these flat ones just do not make any sense. So, I hope this video helps somebody who's buying a 2550 or gets a belt buckle. A lot of us have been scammed. It's quite unfortunate. And there's nothing wrong with a replica just to pair with your 2550 because who really wants to spend $1,000 on a belt buckle if you're just a small-time collector? I think it's just a good idea to put this out in the open so people stop blindly getting ripped off.
All right, Troglodytes, thank you for tuning in today. I know it's not necessarily about guitars, but it's kind of going back to vintage Trogly style, where we talk about all the old stuff. But thank you for tuning in today. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.